Hi everyone, this is Ty Williams. How everyone is doing today? Someone sent me a question. Why pro wrestling companies are pushing the hot, sassy women who cannot wrestle? And this is my answer. Sexism. And the reason why I say sexism was always around in wrestling. Okay? And besides, wrestling is a male sport. Okay? Males run wrestling. They are the ones that run the wrestling business, not the women, the men. Why there is so much speak out movement in wrestling? Because men runs the wrestling business to the T. Do you think a male will allow a woman to wrestle better than him? Hell no. That's why they put these programs on women that are hot, sassy, and cute, but they cannot wrestle. That fits their ego. They fits that benefit. Like if they bring a hot, sassy woman in the ring with a male wrestler, and she is hot and sexy and cute, she will get over. Because guys think like a man. Men is focused on sex and sex alone. They don't look at women as women. They look at women as the sexual fantasy of women. Okay? And yes, sex sells because man is crazy about sex. And that's the honest truth. Men love sex. And not only that, we are brainwashed to think that sex is everything. We are brainwashed that women who in wrestling supposed to be sexy and to get over because she is sexy. Not because of her wrestling talent, because she is sexy. She is beautiful to look at. You heard conversations. You read comments on Twitter and wrestling forum saying that, oh, I'm a Trish Stratus fan because she is sexy. She is hot to look at. She is number one in WWE. She's a GOAT in WWE because she's hot, she's sexy. But never heard or read anything what Trish Stratus did to make her why she is a top woman wrestler. No one didn't say nothing. And no one write nothing on Trish Stratus' moments, accomplishments. They wrote how sexy she is, how fuckable she is. Excuse my language. All the sex talk about Trish Stratus. But when it comes to actual woman talent who could wrestle, and who do anything like a man, they ignored. They don't talk about. But they talk about the ones like Sable, who is sexy, hot, but they never talk about her moments in wrestling. And that's why I feel that sexism is real in wrestling. If you don't believe me, you see the arrow, click down below. You'll be surprised that men views women in wrestling. Men. And I think the reason why women are watching wrestling now than ever is because you have women wrestlers like Bayley, Sasha Banks, Ronda Rousey, Rosemary from Impact. Who else? Awesome Khan. Did I say Awesome Khan? Get Awesome Khan. Like people, like women's that are actually good wrestlers. Okay? Actually good wrestlers. And we women watch them because we never see that in the Attitude Era, in the 80s era. The woman who could get physical, who could bleed, who could do anything like a man do, but they are seen as wrestlers. And I feel like wrestling companies don't take women seriously when it comes to wrestling, because once again, wrestling is a dominated male sport, and males feel that a woman should not wrestle like him. There are other male wrestlers say the same thing, even post it on Twitter saying that a woman's place should be a manager and a valet, or a wife or a girlfriend of a wrestler. And when I read stuff like that, they are stuck to the old school ways of wrestling, and they need to focus on the modern day wrestling, focus on what's going on nowadays. And what's going on nowadays, like I said again, us women's are watching wrestling more is because they got these different types of women who know how to wrestle and who have a character. Like if you think back on the 80s and 90s, women don't really say much. They just stand in the background and to look pretty, and they don't take women seriously. Even if you look at WWE, the Diva Championship era, that's how the WWE view women. They don't care about women wrestling, and they don't even want women wrestling to begin with. And I feel as a woman who watch wrestling, we need strong women characters who is talented in the ring, but also talented on the mic and on personality. Like, let me give you someone for example. Toni Storm. Toni Storm is not the best wrestler inside the ring, But that woman got something special that you don't really see in a woman wrestler. She got so much character, so much charisma, so much personality. It's something about her that gonna make her a breakout star, gonna make her a woman that she gonna do lots of crazy things that make people love wrestling again. It's like something about Toni Storm, about her personality, that make me invested, and I feel like the universe know it. It's kind of like Toni Storm is like the hidden gem that just stuck under these rocks, and people just walk by till someone picks her up. That's Toni Storm. And right now, she's gonna do lots of amazing things. And also, I feel that if women who are sexy, who want to take themselves seriously as a wrestler, think about what you truly want in wrestling. Are you ready to put your body online? Are you ready to face criticism and judgment? And that's the thing as being a wrestler, is that people gonna say you're gonna suck, you cannot wrestle, you full of shit, okay? You're gonna experience a lot of hardship to be where you're at today. If you sexy and you know it, good for you. But however, look at Trish Stratus, look at Sable, look at Terry Wendels, look at the Cat, look at Dawn Marie and Francine. They got over with their looks. But when they retired and not wrestling, they regret it. And I'm being honest, they regret it, because once they have like kids or a daughter, they think back on it, I should be more serious about myself and serious about my talent, because you could be the sexiest, hottest thing in the world, but a couple of years from now, age catch up, and you will change. The world will change, and you see these upcoming talents that change the game. And when you look at these young talents who is 10 times beautiful than you, but have lots of talent, you're gonna get very resentful and very regretful. Like, I should push myself to be the GOAT in wrestling, or the GOAT in music, whatever. It's just that you regret when you get older. Like, we do things when we are young and we regret, but I'm just saying that if you're a woman and you rely on your looks, your look will take you a bit further when you get older. And it's very important if you have some type of charisma, some type of star power about you, and some type of talent. And you got people who remembers Lita and Chyna and Jazz and Molly Holly and Gail Kim because they show so much heart and so much talent. Yeah, they are not the best looking, but we remember them when we see them doing these crazy spots and these crazy stunts that you don't see women do. And I feel like it's very important for a woman in a wrestling business to know what you are worth and what you will offer. Like, you could sell sex, like it's cool, but you have to back up your sex appeal, back up with everything you have and yourself in wrestling. Okay? And the question about why pro wrestling companies are pushing the hot, sexy woman who cannot wrestle, simple. It's sexism. Sex sells. A hot, sexy woman can draw a male audience, and mostly male audience watch wrestling, so it make money. But if wrestling companies are taking women wrestling seriously and give them good training with the men and put a lot of faith in these women wrestlers and treat them like wrestlers, because there are two different types of women in wrestling. One who is hot, sexy women who cannot wrestle, eye candies. There are one who are women wrestlers who can wrestle, and the third who is a woman who is a straight up wrestler. Those are the three. And I feel that it's time for wrestling companies to put their prejudice and their sexism in the side and treat women as a equal, or treat women as something that is important in wrestling. And the reason why women wrestling is getting good is because people like Sasha Banks and Bailey and Sarah Del Rey and Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, who else? Carly Rae, Rosemary, Taya Valkyrie, women like that take their craft seriously of being a wrestler, not being a woman wrestler, being a wrestler. Tessa Blanchard is the ideal woman who take wrestling seriously, and she's all about wrestling. She know that she's sexy, she know that she's hot, but she want to see herself as a performer, as a wrestler. When she get in the ring, she coming at you. That's what I like about Tessa Blanchard. And the same thing as LuFisco. They all about wrestling and how to make their mark. So this is Ty William. Good day and goodbye.